Close your eyes for a moment and be honest with yourself. Why is it that you can see the life you want so clearly in your mind, but when you open your eyes, it feels so far away? Why is it that you can imagine success, you can imagine love, you can imagine becoming someone greater, but you cannot feel it? And because you cannot feel it, it never becomes real. This is where most people fail. Not because they are not capable, not because they are not worthy, but because they have never been taught the one thing that transforms imagination into reality: feeling. You have been told to think positive, you have been told to visualize, you have been told to repeat affirmations. But still, nothing changes. And deep inside, a quiet voice begins to whisper, maybe this doesn't work for me. But listen carefully. It is not that it doesn't work. It is that you have been using it without its soul. Feeling is the secret, not forced emotion, not fake excitement, but a deep inner knowing, a state of being, a silent conviction that what you desire is already yours. Right now you are living in a state. You wake up with certain thoughts. You react the same way to situations. You expect the same outcomes. And because of this, your life repeats itself, day after day, moment after moment. It feels like reality is happening to you. But what if I told you, reality is not happening to you, it is happening from you? Let that sink in. Every experience you have, every circumstance you face, every limitation you believe is real, first existed within you, not as a thought, but as a feeling, because thoughts come and go, but feelings, they linger. They define your state, and your state is your world. You don't attract what you want. You don't receive what you wish for. You become what you feel, and then life mirrors it back to you. This is why two people can want the same thing, yet one receives it, and the other does not. One feels it as real, the other only hopes. And hope is not enough. Hope places your desire in the future. Feeling brings it into the present. Now listen closely, because this is where everything begins to change. You are not here to chase your desires. You are here to embody them. If you want wealth, you must feel wealthy. If you want love, you must feel loved. If you want success, you must feel successful. Not someday, now. But here is the struggle, isn't it? How can I feel something that isn't real yet? How can I feel successful when I'm struggling? How can I feel loved when I feel alone? This is the barrier. This is the invisible wall between where you are and where you want to be. And most people, they stop here. They say, I'll believe it when I see it. But I tell you, you will only see it when you feel it. Because the outer world is not the cause. It is the reflection. And you are the cause. So if you continue to wait for reality to change first, you will wait forever. Because reality is waiting on you. Waiting for you to shift, to assume, to feel differently. Now let me show you something powerful. Think about a moment in your life when you felt completely certain about something. Not hopeful, not doubtful. Certain. Maybe it was something small, like knowing the sun will rise tomorrow. Or something personal, like knowing someone cares about you. In that moment, there was no struggle, no effort, no forcing, just a quiet, calm knowing. That is the feeling. That is the state you must learn to enter. Not excitement, not intensity, but certainty, because creation does not respond to noise. It responds to conviction, and conviction is felt. Now imagine this. You desire a new life, a different version of yourself, confident, free, abundant. You close your eyes and you see it. You see yourself living it. You see the details. But then something happens. A voice appears. This isn't real. This is just imagination. This is not your life. And in that moment, the feeling collapses. You return to your old state, and the world remains the same. Do you see what happened? It was not the imagination that failed, it was the feeling that was not sustained. Because imagination without feeling is just a daydream, but imagination with feeling becomes reality. So the question is not, can you imagine it? The question is, can you feel it and stay there? Because the moment you truly feel it as real, you impress it upon your deeper self. And once it is impressed, it must express. There is no other option. Life has no choice but to rearrange itself. Circumstances will shift. People will appear. Opportunities will unfold. Not because you forced them, but because you became the version of yourself that naturally experiences them. This is not magic. This is law. A law as real as gravity. And yet, it has been ignored because it cannot be seen, only experienced. Now listen carefully. Feeling is not something you chase. It is something you allow. You do not create it by surrender. You let go of the current identity and you step into a new one. Quietly, gently, internally. And at first, it will feel unnatural. It will feel like you are pretending, like you are lying to yourself. This is normal because you have been conditioned to believe only what your senses tell you. But your senses only report the past. They show you what you have already created, not what you are capable of creating now. So if you rely on them, you will remain trapped in repetition. You must go beyond them. You must trust something deeper, your imagination, your inner world, because that is the true reality. Everything else is just a shadow. Now let me ask you something. What would it feel like if your desire were already fulfilled? Not how it would look, not what others would say, but how you would feel internally. Would you feel relief, peace, confidence, gratitude? Stay with that, because that feeling is the key, not the image. The image is just a doorway, but the feeling is the destination. And once you reach it, you must remain there. You must dwell in it, even when nothing outside has changed, especially then, because that is the test. That is where transformation happens. Anyone can feel good when life is going well, but can you feel it when everything suggests otherwise? Can you remain in the state when reality tries to pull you back? This is where power is developed. This is where you separate yourself from the ordinary. Because most people, they react. They see something negative and they feel negative. They see lack and they feel lack. They allow the outer world to control their inner state. But you must reverse it. You must decide your inner state first and let the world catch up. This is mastery. This is creation. Now here is something even deeper. Your feeling does not need permission from reality. It does not need evidence. It does not need approval. It exists because you choose it, because you assume it. And assumption, when persisted in, becomes fact. So when you feel it real, you are not lying to yourself. You are selecting a new reality. You are stepping into a different version of life, one that already exists, waiting for you to occupy it. And the moment you fully accept it, the shift begins, subtle at first, almost invisible, but undeniable. You will notice changes in your thoughts, changes in your reactions, changes in the way people respond to you, because you are no longer the same person. You have moved internally, and everything external must follow. But here is the part that most people never understand. Feeling it once is not enough. You must return to it again and again and again until it becomes natural, until it becomes your default state, until you no longer have to try, because it simply is who you are. And when that happens, there is no force in this world that can stop it from becoming real. Now, I want you to stay with me here, because what I am about to show you next, is the exact moment where feeling turns into reality, the exact point where the invisible becomes visible, And if you miss this, you will continue repeating the same cycle without ever realizing why. Because there is a very specific way, a very precise shift that must happen within you, and almost no one talks about it. In fact, most people unknowingly do the opposite. And that is exactly why they remain stuck. And that is exactly why they remain stuck. Because they try to force the feeling instead of becoming the one who naturally feels it. Listen closely. There is a difference between trying to feel something and being someone who feels it. This is the shift. This is the transformation. You see, when you try to feel something, there is effort, there is tension. There is a silent awareness that this is not real yet. And that awareness cancels everything. But when you become the person, when you step into the identity, when you silently accept, this is who I am now, there is no effort, there is no trying, there is only being. And that is the moment everything changes. Because reality does not respond to what you try to feel. It responds to who you believe you are. Let me take you deeper. Right now you have an identity, not just a name, not just a personality, but a deep internal definition of yourself. I am this kind of person. This is how my life is. These are my limits. And you don't just think this, you feel it. That is why it feels so real. That is why it repeats. Because you are loyal to an identity. So even when you try to imagine something greater, even when you try to feel something new, your old identity pulls you back, quietly, suddenly, powerfully, and you don't even notice it. This is why change feels difficult, not because it is hard to imagine something new, but because it is hard to let go of who you believe you are. So here is the realization: you are not trying to change your life, you are changing your identity. And once the identity changes, life follows automatically. Now feel this. If you were already the person you want to be, how would you move? How would you think? How would you react to the same situations? Not in fantasy, but in truth. Would you hesitate the same way? Would you doubt the same way? Would you fear the same things? No. Something would be different. Something inside would feel stable, certain, calm. And that calmness is the signal. That is how you know you are entering the new state. Not through excitement, but through naturalness. It begins to feel normal. Now here is the technique. Simple but powerful. And if you truly understand it, you will never struggle with feeling it again. At night, when your body is tired, when the world is quiet, when your mind begins to slow down, that is your moment, not during chaos, not during distraction, but in stillness. You close your eyes and you do not try to visualize 1,000 things. You choose one moment, just one. A short scene that would imply your desire is already fulfilled. Maybe it is someone congratulating you. Maybe it is you holding something you once desired. Maybe it is a simple moment of peace where you just know everything has changed. Keep it short, keep it real. And then you step into it, not as an observer, but as yourself. You are not watching it, you are inside it. You hear the sounds, you feel the environment, you sense the reality of it. But most importantly, you feel what it would feel like if this were happening right now. And you stay there, gently, no force, no pressure. If the mind wanders, you return. If doubt appears, you ignore it. You do not fight. You simply return to the feeling, again and again, until something happens. A shift, subtle, but undeniable. The scene begins to feel real, not perfectly, but enough that your body responds, enough that your heart softens, enough that for a moment you forget your current reality. That moment is creation. That moment is where the seed is planted, and once planted, it begins to grow. Not outside, but within. And as it grows within, it must express without. Now understand this. You are not doing this to get something. You are doing this to become someone. Because the moment you truly become it internally, there is nothing left to chase. It comes to you effortlessly. Naturally, I want you to imagine something right now. Imagine you wake up tomorrow and somehow everything has changed. Your desire is fulfilled completely. No struggle, no Della. Why? It is done. Now ask yourself, what is the first feeling that arises? Not the reaction, not the excitement, but the deeper feeling beneath it. Is it relief? Is it peace? Is it a quiet confidence? Hold that, because that feeling is available to you right now. You do not need to wait for reality to give it to you. You generate it from within. And when you do, you collapse time. You remove the distance between where you are and where you want to be, because there is no distance in consciousness, only states. And you move between them. Now here is where everything becomes real for you. There will come a moment when you no longer feel like you are trying, when it simply feels like this is me. That moment is quiet, no fireworks, no dramatic sign, just a deep internal shift. And from that point forward, you will notice something strange. You will stop worrying. You will stop checking, when will it happen? Because in your mind, it already has. And when that happens, reality begins to rearrange itself rapidly, because you are no longer interfering. You are no longer doubting. You are no longer pulling yourself back. You are allowing. And life responds to that. Now listen carefully. Do not look for immediate proof. Do not become impatient, because the moment you start searching outside, you leave the state. Stay within. Remain faithful to the feeling, even when nothing changes, especially then, because persistence is what makes it real. Not intensity, not perfection, but consistency, returning again and again to the state of the wish fulfilled until it hardens into fact. And it will, it must, because you are not hoping anymore. You are not wishing anymore, you are being. And being is creation. So from this moment on, stop asking if it will happen. Stop wondering if you are doing it right. Instead, ask yourself one thing: who am I being right now? Because that answer is shaping your entire reality. If you can master that, if you can remain loyal to the version of yourself who already has it, then nothing can stop you. Not circumstances, not time, not doubt. Because you have discovered the one truth that changes everything. That feeling is not something you wait for. It is something you decide. And once you decide, and you remain there, and you refuse to return to your old self, your world has no choice but to transform. So now the only question left is, will you continue being who you have always been? Or will you finally step into the version of yourself who already has everything you desire?